Sorry, I was on the phone. What's up? I had the mic muted. I'm just trying to de-stress. We've been dealing with shitty internet. They came out today and they didn't fix anything, so now I have to go through the whole process again. Oh, the lightning proc actually sounds really good. I'm gonna go grind for that if I can. I don't know if I have enough money now. Yeah, we had a technician come out today, and the guy apparently didn't fix anything. So now I have to deal with this crap again. The scroll would be nice, but I'm so low on cash. Still got 2 heals, so that's not too bad. How does he keep getting out? Stay in the combo. Oh, that's actually really good. That'll help on the boss. Double back here. This run's got a chance, but I don't have much of a elemental proc right now, so I don't know how well the final boss is gonna go. Might have to just kind of rush towards the end. Ah, here we go. Perfect. Alright, so now the game plan is going to be to get the Lava Angel level 3. And then from there, just rush to the boss. Crap, I took the wrong weapon. It always gives me these guys. What the fuck? Why can I not move? The fuck was that? A glitch? That was really weird. I hate this fight. Stay on the ground. Come on, do the stab. There we go. How'd she get out? Stop getting out! What the fuck is that? I'm not able to get a full combo. Oh, it is definitely not a cute game. I'm not gonna call it Dark Souls, but this game doesn't fuck around. Especially since I'm playing on the second hardest difficulty, I'm trying to unlock some achievements. This doesn't have the best art style. Yeah, that's a pretty good comparison. But it's a roguelike. That's the main difference. I've ever had this level 3. Alright, so next... Oh, this is actually a pretty good build, all things considered. No major weaknesses. The main thing is I don't have a good glaive. Probably gonna max out this this dagger. If I don't find the boss, if I find the boss, then I'm just gonna book it. I don't really need anything else right now. I'm in pretty good shape. I have 2 full heals and a 25% heal. Let's try to find the boss. Oh, I got a lot of money for that. Nice. Oh, there's the boss. Cool. I'm gonna get this at level 4. I've never seen what it does before. Alright, I think this is the best shape that I could ask for, really. I have 2 heals. Let's just go take the boss on. That did a ton of damage. No, it's not the fire trail that's broken. It's this right here. When you dodge, the game has pretty bad translation, but when you dodge, it creates a clone, and the clone does a lot of damage to the boss. So now I know that the Shadow Cloak is definitely one of the higher tier items now. I just tore him apart, holy shit. I should have full cleared this. Well, there we go, I got 2 achievements done. That's pretty sweet. I got a level up too, that was a really good run. got 44%. 44% reward rate and then 25% for the difficulty. Not bad. So I got a talent point. Probably would still just play this on hard mode when I want to just relax though. So now I've got some points to work with, but I think I'm going to stick with this build that I have now and wait for the next update. See what they add. Oh, okay, so when you finish Nightmare once, you get this box, and I guess you just get a bunch of stuff. Opening Pandora will consume 100 of total soul value. After opening Pandora, you can randomly pick one of the items. It doesn't really sound that great, really. That sounds pretty weak, honestly. I'll try it. This is only normal mode. Oh, okay, so you get a level 3 weapon of your choice. I'll go ahead and try this out and see what the difference is, and then I'm probably going to stop. It's all junk. I chose the ninja head because the other ones look so goofy. I specifically did that myself, so I just got tired of the other heads. They actually made it so you can change the head. Alright, what's in here? Yeah, I never got into Naruto. I think that was... I can't say it's out of my age bracket because my friends are really crazy about it. I just never got into that show. The fact that it's still on like 20 years later tells me that was probably a good idea. Now they're like gonna make like a freaking 5,000 episode show about his son. I lived long enough to see them actually make another Dragon Ball series, and I haven't even bothered to watch it. His son is a shitlord. his son is the DeviantArt fan character we all thought he would be, I guess. I don't know. I don't follow that show. I don't know anything about the show. It just seems tacky to, like, finally end it after, like, 17 years or whatever, and then just do another one. They were under so much pressure to make a new Dragon Ball show, though. I mean, it's been something that people have wanted for, like, years now. I mean, the pressure to make anything new in that series at all had to be just, it had to be intense. Especially since Dragon Ball was getting to the point that Star Wars was at before they made the prequel and the new sequel trilogy. Just like, you know, the games and the movies and stuff are all just repeating the same events over and over and over. You know, even if Super doesn't go on as long as the other ones do, like, it at least will give them more material to, like, make other kinds of mediums. I mean, that was the biggest problem with Star Wars. I mean, how many times can you trip over the ATST with the tow cable with the snowspeeder? I mean, if you've been around since the prequel trilogy, you've probably done it, like, at least 10 times now. Like, they need some kind of new, you know, new media to draw inspiration from. Especially now that they're milking, Battlefront for all it's worth. Kind of the same thing that happened to Dynasty Warriors, you know, Dynasty Warriors 8. I couldn't stand the story in that because of just how long it was, and I hated the affinity mechanic, but they kind of did the same thing with that. Like, they started dabbling into the whole, you know, fantasy stuff because they had already done, like, the Yellow Turban Rebellion, like, 8 times at that point. Like, how many times can you kill, you know, Zhang Jiao before you have to, like, do something else? Kind of the issue these, like, long-standing franchises are dealing with. It's just like, it gets to the point where you just have to, like, start doing stupid stuff because you've already done, like, everything else possible. I don't know what the reception was for the fantasy stuff. I didn't really mess around with it much. I mostly played just free mode on Dynasty Warriors 8. I finished all the stories on Vanilla 8, but I didn't really go into the Extreme Legends stuff. Yeah, pretty much. You have a franchise around for that long, it's either you just have to make stupid stuff up that's gonna be like a bad fan fiction, or you just keep repeating the same thing endlessly. There's pretty much just no way to win at that point. Even with, like, Devil May Cry, something that doesn't really have that many installments, they've already done that. They've only done 4 games. And they pretty much have just pushed the second game's story so far into the future that it's unlikely that at any time in our lifespan that they'll ever do anything with that, you know, that ending. Devil May Cry is obviously not anywhere near as bad as, like, Dragon Ball and, like, Dynasty Warriors and Star Wars have gotten. One nice thing about Tokusatsu, I haven't been watching much of it lately, but, like, I like how that stuff ends. It ends in, you know, 50 episodes. You know, they do like supplemental stuff after that, but it's not like you're waiting, you know, 15 years for an ending. I think that stuff's just... I know that's what happened to Bleach. I know I had some friends that were upset that they just kind of rage quit on the Bleach ending. Now they're doing a live-action movie with Gentaro from Kamen Rider Forze. I don't know why they're doing that. It seems so random. As someone who hasn't really watched any Bleach, but played like all the games and stuff, like why would you make a live-action series? And the fans were like largely dissatisfied with the ending that it got, because it got pretty much canceled. Why are they making a live-action movie? I'd probably check it out because I think that Sota Fukushi's a pretty good actor, and he actually was able to do a lot of his own stunts on his time on Kamen Rider. So we'll probably have good fight scenes at least. It just seems like such a weird thing to do. I don't think there's much demand for more Bleach media at this point. No, Shonen Jump has been really trying to find the next big, you know, Dragon Ball for a long time now, and I don't think they've really had anything that stuck, especially with, you know, Naruto was on the way out at that time. I think the people who make those comics are like under huge pressure to like keep it going, even though the more logical thing to do is end it and move on to the next thing. But you know, when you have these mangas running for like 20 years, it's like just the prospect of replacing them at all. It's just it's huge. It's like the same thing with like Kamen Rider and Super Sentai. Like even though, you know, people keep saying that this whatever season is on is going to be the last one, it never actually happens. Like I think the reason that happens is because that time slot has been going for like 15 years now. Like anything you replace in there, anything you put in that time slot is gonna have like a huge shoe to fill. You can watch it on Kiss Asian, which is like some shady like anime site. They have like one for anime, and the Asian one has a lot of like regular, you know, Japanese dramas and stuff, but they have like the tokusatsu on there. But it's not posted on YouTube, so it's like pretty dodgy. I also recommend watching it from your PS4. That shit's probably got some really bad ads or something. I had a friend recommend it to me, and he said just watch it on PS4 because your PS4 is not going to get like a virus or something. Other than that, you can torrent it. Ultraman is on Crunchyroll legally, which I think is pretty cool. I'm not really big into Ultraman, but you can actually watch that legally now. You don't have to go to those shady sites or download a torrent. And the only other legally licensed tokusatsu would be stuff like, you know, Super Sentai, the Shout Factory. But I think the only way you can stream those is through Amazon Prime in the UK. They don't have a legal way to stream that otherwise. Yeah, I would not go to that site on a computer. You can go there on a PS4. When I was on vacation back in June, like we watched some Kamen Rider on there, and it was pretty, it buffered a lot, but you know, my PS4 is fine. I don't have any kind of malware on the PS4, so that's the best place to watch it. No, you can watch whatever you want. I've honestly watched more Super Sentai than Kamen Rider. I have the box set for Die Ranger. I thought Genesis was a pretty good game. The frame rate sucked and it didn't have much content, but I liked the fan service was cool. I don't really have that many Kamen Rider seasons under my belt, but I was still able to appreciate it. And I've seen all the clips and stuff. And I have friends that have watched them. I like that they nailed that part. It just, I don't know, some of the new characters felt really crappy. Some of the Showa riders were like really lame. They didn't really have good movesets. Felt like they needed another game of like tweaks. But they added a lot of content. It's just the game was like lacking in modes. You could pretty much finish everything pretty easily. The only thing left to do was just achievements. I'm not a big achievement hunter, so I kind of lost interest in the game after I finished all the videos. Yeah, Eternal was fun to play. Super 1 was pretty fun too. He had the whole like chaining system. I think Kamen Rider Black, base Kamen Rider Black, is like one of the worst characters in that game. I don't think that game ever really got to the point where it got like a tier list made. I haven't checked the forums in a while, but he was... I felt he was like one of the weakest characters. He's really underwhelming, pretty boring moveset too. I don't know if they'll ever make another one though. I know that Aiding got bought out by a phone company and they haven't like announced anything since. It's been like a year and a half or whatever since Batride War Genesis was announced, and after they, pretty much right after they did the final DLC, they got bought out by a mobile company. So I don't know if there will be any more. If they are, then it'll be done by someone else. Aiding was like the go-to studio for like decent licensed games, anime games for a long time. They were like the only ones that could make like a competent licensed anime game for years. Like the Naruto fighting games that people still play today, those were all made by them. Yeah, Kiva sucks too. They did not really they didn't really give him a good moveset or any buffs either. So I don't know what they're gonna. I don't know what Japan is gonna do now. Like if they want like a decent like licensed game made. What do they have left? They have like Omega Force, but they only do Muso games. So like, how are they gonna? Who are they going to hire to make like One Piece games and stuff? If Aiding's not going to do it. That's pretty much the only thing that they've made since like the PS2 era, is just like licensed anime games and Kamen Rider stuff. They haven't done anything else. Tokusatsu games in general have been like pretty low quality, so I thought it was cool that the Batride War games are actually pretty decent Muso games. They weren't like on par with like Basara, but they were, I'd say they were pretty close. Nah, female writers in general, just in that whole franchise, really get the shaft. The last thing a cool female writer has done, I haven't really watched X8. I hear that she does not transform very much, but last cool thing a female writer has done was Marika in Gaim. And even she didn't really get that much focus in that show, which is a shame because the actress could actually do her own stunts. So they kind of dropped the ball. They didn't really give her much focus. She also didn't get a V cinema either. I've heard nothing but bad things about Kiva, so I haven't really even attempted to watch it. But yeah, they did have a female writer in that show. Whoa, that was way faster, and that summoned bats. What the hell is that? Never seen that before. Yeah, the Tokusatsu fandom got a lot bigger when Power Rangers went off the air after RPM. There was about a year, I don't know how long it was, but RPM went off and then basically the future of the franchise was in jeopardy, and then they did that crappy like After Effects version of the first season of Power Rangers. I don't even think they got through the entire first season. I think they got through like halfway through it and then they stopped. And then there was nothing for a while, and then Samurai came out. But during that time, there were a lot of people got to the Japanese Toku. So that's kind of when the fandom grew a lot more. It's still hard to watch that stuff, though. You still have to download the torrents. Probably a bunch of legal red tape in terms of like having the currently airing shows be on Crunchyroll. I know with Ultraman, they're kind of like just trying to... I don't even know what they're trying to do with localizing Ultraman, because they don't sell the toys. So I don't know what it is. I think Crunchyroll just like wants to diversify the kind of stuff that they show. But I don't think there's anything in it for the people who make it. I mean, the people who buy the Tokusatsu toys and stuff are already going to buy them anyway. They don't even really need the show to be subbed to buy it. The fans will sub it anyway. I didn't think it's cool that they're doing it. I just wonder like what the reasoning of it was, because there's not really any merchandise to sell. And if it is, they're not going to see anything from it. It's all going to be from secondhand retailers. Because that's basically how that whole fandom works, is the toys are bought from secondhand. Basically, you go through a middleman. Well, I don't fault them for it. I think it's great that they're doing it. I think it's great that it's easier to watch that stuff without having to go on shady sites and, you know, watch it illegally. I just wonder, like, what the reasoning for it was. Especially since I don't know much about Ultraman, but I know that they have, the past couple of seasons, they have been trying to make it more like Kamen Rider and Super Sentai with more of a heavy toy focus, because that's where all the money is. I've just never really cared much for Ultraman. If I get a Crunchyroll account, I might check it out. Yeah, that was Ultraman Tiga. There's lots of people in the Toku fandom who only watch Kamen Rider and Super Sentai and don't really watch the other stuff, and a lot of that is just from the difficulty of watching it. But Ultraman is kind of more of an acquired taste, I think. It might appeal to more people now that they're kind of doing more of the heavy toy focus. I don't think Ultraman really pushed the toys too much before these past few seasons. Kamen Rider build, I think his suit looks really cool. I'll probably check it out. But the fandom's just in the cycle right now where they wonder if it'll be a good show, and they're already dismissing it even though it hasn't even aired a single episode. It's the same thing every year. I bet you around this time next year, even though people are kind of, I don't know what the general consensus is, but even if people are hating it, I know that by this time next year they're going to be missing it. It's how it's been the whole time I've been in the fandom. It's like the Sonic cycle, but with a TV show, pretty much. Just people just like, they hate the initial unveiling of it, and then once it actually happens, you know, it ends up to be a good show, then they miss it. They've been doing that for like as long as I've been around. I don't understand why they can't just like give the show a chance. It's the same thing about X8. I know that people love that show. I haven't watched it much for some personal reasons, how the difficulties I've had with doctors and stuff. I haven't really wanted to watch anything about doctors, but I know people love that show. But I remember the same time last year, people were just like complaining about the suit and saying it was going to be awful. And now people are sad that it's ending. It's like, they've been doing that for ages. It's the same thing every single year. Like, I watched Forza live. I normally don't watch Tokusatsu live, especially now that it's kind of more difficult to watch it with the torrenting and stuff. But I remember when they unveiled that suit, the whole community was just losing their shit over it, like, saying it was going to be a terrible show. And then it comes out, it was actually a really good show. It had really great fight scenes too. I mean, it took a while to get going, but I enjoyed watching it every week. I was really sad to see it go, but everyone just kept bitching about the suit. And to be fair, I mean, the problem with that show was that the fight scenes were pretty lame unless Meteor was there, because they went on a gimmick that really relied heavily on the CGI budget, and they ran out of that shit like halfway through. So unless Meteor was doing like cool like wire fu kicks and stuff, you know, the Forza fight scenes were pretty boring. But the characters are really endearing. I like the plot. I thought it was a good show. But that was the same thing, just the incessant bitching about the suit, you know, even though the show hadn't even aired at that point. Or they watch one episode and they say it sucks. And they should know by now that the first episode of like any tokusatsu is just like them showing you how to use the toys. You know, they do like some minor, you know, world building and stuff, but you know, a couple things are going to happen. He's going to transform, and you're going to see all the toys, the first wave of toys. Like, that's how it always is. And also the issue with Forza that people still don't understand is that it was created to kind of boost morale in the country after that awful earthquake and tsunami. So they didn't want to have something, you know, grim, dark, depressing after, you know, they had a major national disaster. But I don't think people can get that through their thick skulls. Alright, I'm gonna full clear this, and then that's gonna be the end of the stream. I wasn't really intending on doing 2 runs. No, basically, like, no one died on that show until the end. There weren't really, like, any casualties in that show until the very, like, last arc. So it wasn't a series where people just kept dying repeatedly. It was actually, you know, they didn't really kill anybody off. Oh, I hate that theme song too. I hear Wizard wasn't that great. A lot of people in the fandom don't like it. I watched like the first couple episodes, I think, when it came out. Well, there, I made back all I spent. I think I spent 125 on that run, and I got 357. But that is enough of this game for today. Let's see. I don't know if my download speed is being throttled right now. I'm surprised the internet's even up at this point. It's probably going to go down pretty soon. It's been going down every night at this time, pretty much all week. I forgot I'm not streaming on Twitch, so I can't host anybody because YouTube streaming is a joke. Yeah, Evo's still on right now, but they're going to be done any minute at this point. I think that was a good stream. I finished Nightmare Mode. I mean, that's pretty cool. I could play some Earth's Dawn, but I just don't feel like playing that game right now. The announcements from Evo should be tomorrow. So probably throughout the whole event. I'm assuming they're probably going to do a Marvel announcement. There'll be something for Street Fighter in the Grand Finals, I'm sure. We might see some stuff about Dragon Ball, but as far as I understand, the Dragon Ball announcement is supposed to be in V-Jump, I think next week. So I don't know if they're gonna like do a trailer or something. But from what I understand, that's pretty much probably what will happen. There might be some surprises in between that, but I don't expect too much else. I know that the PR for Marvel has been abysmal, so they're probably at the point where they need to say something positive about it. The thing about Marvel is they don't really have that many events between the release to really announce things, so they would have to announce something now. I know that the next opportunity is going to be San Diego Comic-Con, and I don't think that's this month. I think that's next month, and then the game is out on the 19th. So I mean, they don't really have a whole lot of time to really announce much. I really don't know why the marketing for it has been so weird. I think that they handled it a lot better with the last game. The last game they had a pretty constant stream of information about it, but with this, they've just gone like months without saying anything. Now there's all the memes about the bad character models and stuff. Like, they need to do something to turn it around. I've seen a lot of people posting photos from the event right now saying that you know, there's no one in line for the game compared to Dragon Ball, but from what I understand from people I know that are there, like they only had like I think they only had like anywhere from 2 to 4 kiosks for Dragon Ball, and they had 12. I think it was 12 for Marvel. So obviously there's going to be less of a line for Marvel, even if there actually is less interest in it than Dragon Ball, because there's that many more setups. You have 12 setups, and 4 of them are for content creators. That's 24 people playing at once. So obviously there's not going to be much of a line. I'm getting tired of seeing that photo posted on social media. I understand that people are way more excited for Dragon Ball at this point, but it doesn't make sense to say that. It's like In-N-Out opening next to a food truck. In-N-Out opening in a place that doesn't have In-N-Out restaurants next to some like crappy food truck. Like, obviously there's going to be a huge line at In-N-Out. You can't just say that no one wants to go to the food truck. There's people who still want to go to the food truck. It's just that In-N-Out has not opened in that state. Obviously there's going to be huge hype around it. Yeah, I heard that both of them are packed. I think the game will be fun. I think that people are just, I don't know, they're petty. So apparently I'm 125th. Oh, ranking of highest experience gained. Huh. I got the game for free. You know, my friends want me to get back into fighting games. They said that I was really good at them back in my prime, and that I should get back into them. And I had like 50 bucks of Amazon credit from cleaning my room, so I went ahead and got it. I will be covering it on the channel when the time comes. I got a capture card. I just need to get a HDMI cable. I just don't have the cash for it right now. So that is what I'll be doing in September. There's also East 8, but I don't know. It depends on how things go for me. They don't have a pre-order for East 8. I don't think there's any places where I can get it for cheaper, so I don't know if I'm going to do both of them. I don't know. That's just going to be too much for me. Like, trying to juggle East 8 and Marvel at the same time. They're both coming out within a week of each other. East 8 comes out on the 12th, and then Marvel is on the 19th. So I have like a week to finish East, basically. But I mean, I'm not really planning on doing anything heavy duty with Marvel. There's going to be people that are way better than me putting out content for that. I'm not really trying to prove a point with Marvel. I'm probably just going to upload random matches, so it's likely that I will do both. Yeah, I'm not going into Marvel expecting to like make my money back or anything. I just wanted to play it. I think it looks like a fun game, and if I don't like it, I can trade it in, because it's going to be 20 bucks by the end of the year anyway. I mean, Street Fighter V's on sale for like 10 bucks this week on Newegg. It hasn't even been 2 years yet. They're already selling it for pretty much nothing. So I just wanted to try it out. I think I might like it. I didn't really like Marvel 3 much. I played way more TBC than anything I did on Marvel 3. Marvel 3 I pretty much just bought because Dante and Virgil in it. I didn't really like the game that much. All the characters I enjoyed playing aside from Virgil were like really weak. I didn't like the X Factor mechanic. I didn't like how it was just such a lame band-aid to kind of fix the balancing issues that it had. It didn't really appeal to me. And Marvel Infinite, for all intents and purposes, is basically TBC 2, just with different characters, so I think I'm gonna like it. I'm just like not gonna put out anything heavy duty for it. I know that I'm not gonna like change the meta on it or anything. I just want to play it. You know, if I can make a couple cool combos or setups for it or something, I'm happy with that. I don't really expect to go into it expecting to be like a historical player on it or anything, especially since I can't travel. That's one reason why I don't really play fighting games seriously anymore. It's gotten to the point where you have to travel to like get any kind of honest improvement. And I don't make enough money to travel, and traveling to like fighting game events and like making your return of your investment back is like almost impossible. I don't know how people still do it, honestly. It's just too expensive. We have a small community here, but it's still too difficult for me to travel to anything. Yeah, they sold me with X being playable. I think that they know how to sell me on those games, that's for sure. They sold me with Dante, and then they sold me with Virgil, and then they sold me with X. And I'll probably get East 8 as well. They don't have a pre-order for it up yet. I need to see if maybe CD Keys or something will sell it for cheaper. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the stream so that people can watch the 2 runs that I did. And then I might come back after. Let me see if anything... I'll check if my download speed is being throttled. If it's still being throttled, then I'll come back on. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it off right now, and I'll probably come back.